Hello everyone, this is ArcAlpha12 here at ArcAlpha Studios and ArcAlpha12 Plays, and tonight I am sitting here scrolling through Twitter, and I come across this tweet from Anthomnia, which is unfortunate because of the fact that for those who aren't following the drama around Day of Dragons, Anthomnia recently posted a video, and his video was sort of like a response to another YouTuber named Icy Caress, who is friends with IGP, who I have made references to on my channel and the Isle and whatnot. And these are YouTubers that I follow and I love, and I find them incredibly entertaining. And they seem to be really good people. I don't know them in real life. It'd be awesome if I did, but I don't. And this tweet right here, it breaks my heart. For those who don't know what's going on, recently, actually not recently, it's been several months now, a game called Day of Dragons went into Kickstarter, and it raised almost over $500,000. I think it was like $530,000 to be made. And then not too long after the Kickstarter ended, they released what was basically a glorified tech demo. And they're calling it an early access game, and they released it for beta testers, and then early access people who bought the game before the rest of the community was able to play it, and then the actual early access period started, I think, at the beginning of December. And the drama started almost immediately after the Kickstarter ended. What happened was they started offering a specific dragon called the Acid Spitter as a separate DLC, but the people who bought it off of Steam after the Kickstarter were able to get the Acid Spitter immediately without having to purchase the DLC. That was the first little bit. The next step actually is in the link in the descriptions below. There's a playlist of videos made by IGP, Icy Caress, and Anthomnia, and as of right now, they are still up on YouTube, although recently, as of today, JAO, the creator of Day of Dragons, basically put out an official statement regarding these videos and told IGP and Icy Caress, and I don't think he mentioned Anthomnia, but I imagine it probably also includes Anthomnia, that these videos should be taken off of YouTube, which is censorship, in my opinion. And he's claiming that they are scandalous and that they are a defamation to his character and his game and his projects. And honestly, I've watched all the videos. I urge you to make your own personal opinions on those videos. But to me, they don't seem like that at all. If anything, they are legitimate criticisms of Day of Dragons because of the fact that Day of Dragons is in a state where it should never have been released. It's not technically an early access game because many of the features that were promised in the on the website for Day of Dragons are not actually in the game. The biomes that they are talking about aren't currently in the game. The game itself is buggy and broken and has a lot of issues when it comes to targeting enemies. They only recently added a bite animation. A lot of the things that JAO included in his official response to IGP and Icy Caress are things that were actually bought with the assets that he acquired to create the game, which he has gone on record multiple times to say that are placeholders for what is actually going to be put into the game. But the fact of the matter is they are still placeholders, and therefore their animations are not custom, despite the fact that he's claiming that they are. It's extremely unfortunate that all of this is going on, and it's culminated into this right now. We've got a cease and desist order that IGP and Icy Caress are currently waiting on because JAO said he was going to send these letters out. Although, if he acquires their information, that would technically be illegal because that information is not readily available. So, unless he emails to them, which, by the way, he has blocked and banned them from pretty much all forms of communication with him, so he would have to unban them or unblock them in order to communicate with them directly, I believe. he wouldn't be able to actually contact them and email these cease and desist letters. In addition to that, the community around Day of Dragons has this is what Anthomnia is facing right now, is that Anthomnia is currently receiving death threats over his video, which he has been an avid supporter of Day of Dragons and have been attempting to promote the game for JAO just because it helps his channel as well. He's not getting paid for it, he's not being sponsored, but he's now receiving death threats because he backed Icy Caress's criticism of Day of Dragons, and he and his dog are now being threatened by the community around Day of Dragons, and that's not okay. As a YouTuber myself, and someone who, although has a small community, is still part of a community, I do not agree with this at all. Several tweets have been that IGP and Icy Caress have released recently, and I actually have evidence that Icy has given me permission to use these in this video. And you're going to see these videos in just a second. They are two-minute videos, so about 4 minutes total, proving that Icy Caress and IGP were both coded into the game to be banned, which that goes against the terms and services. So that means that JAO has committed what is essentially it's not a crime, but it could potentially have major ramifications for JAO in the long run for his game, because of the fact that he has gone and done something that is against the terms and services. He, in his official statement, has stated that they are not against terms and services, and only specific games using a specific engine that Valve produces, or a specific program that Valve uses, qualify for this particular terms and service piece. However, from what I've been able to gather in information, that isn't only partially true, and I believe that Icy Caress and IGP both have legitimate grievances about the fact that their Steam IDs were used in the coding of the game to straight up crash the game whenever they try to start it. So here are those clips, so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. And there's even more information in the links below. Like I said, there's like I think there's like a grand total of 4 or 5 videos, each of which run from 10 minutes to almost a half an hour long, for you guys to watch. I put them in a playlist in order from their release. I urge you to watch them so that way you can gain the information that I'm talking about. But this is a serious matter. So here are the clips, and then I will, give my personal thoughts on what's going on here.
All right. This was posted by a moderator on the Day of Dragons Discord.
Moderator!
Just a few notes on the vid, and the video they're talking about is Icy's recent video about Day of Dragons. Number 1, Icy and IGP were banned from playing online with other players. There is no single player, so his accusation doesn't apply.
Let me read out what it actually says on the Steam Early Access rules. It cannot prevent the user from launching and playing the game offline.
Which is what happens to ours. We have video proof of it. Number 2. JAO is not distributing game keys on the official website. Second point invalid. Look.
He f***ing is!
DayofDragons.com/cart. Pay with PayPal.
5 seconds to check!
Pay
you
with
donut!
PayPal. Number 3. You're going to have to cover this one. The EU right to withdraw, Icy points out, is for Steam refunds only.
The EU right to withdraw is for everything! It's the EU right to withdraw! It's a fucking regulatory law! Oh my god, I'm gonna blow a gasket.
The official website, number 4. The official website has video and text clearly outlining the game, how it is now. No, it doesn't. To add to number 4, they say, and again, JAO is not selling keys on his website. Donut. It's right here. It literally says it. JAO'S.com, you hit order, and then you can pay with PayPal.
This next bit is the best, by the way. Pirate code here. It's not a rule, it's a guideline. It's a fucking rule.
Say parlay. I love how that was such a strong point in their counter argument when it wasn't really a strong point in ours.
Why are there 2 4s? Why are there 2 4s?
Because,
you can't even count to 6.
I actually didn't see that till just now. All right, Steam store page, website or not, nothing but future promises. That's pretty straightforward. Literally nothing there about state of the game, blah, blah, blah. Ignoring all screenshots, videos, discussions going on. No, it needs to be readily available. You do not need have to sort through discussions to find out what the game is like.
You're a donut. Congratulations. And we're only replying this here because we're banned off the Discord.
It's true.
I don't want to poison our channels with this anymore. So here's Twitter. Hi. Just proving to you that I'm still banned. Watch it work this time.
That would be
there we go.
hilarious.
Hello. I am the banned person from Day of Dragons. Oh, it crashed. I'm going to quickly change accounts, go onto my alt account so we can show you something special. For everyone out there who has implied that we made this up, we have found, thanks to some lovely members in the community, a way to see that we are, in fact, hard-coded into the game. Only us and a small selection of other users. So if we load up the game here, then we open up Task Manager, you go to Dragons, create dump file, and that will dump everything in the memory to do with this game. You open up your handy-dandy hex editor. I'm using the free one, which is called Hex Editor, amazingly. And this is the one we just generated, as you can see from the message we got. If we generate another one, it's going to generate it as number 4. For fun, let's take number 4, just so you know we're not cheating here. And now, what we are going to do is we are going to search for our Steam ID. So you can see I've already got it here. And naturally, if we're not banned, we won't be in the game's code, will we? Oh dear, is that my Steam ID, Indy? Can you verify that?
Hold on. That one looks like my Steam ID.
Wait, really? Wow, that's strange. Now, there are only 6 people listed on here, one of which is a scum of a human being whose name I will not be uttering. However, these Steam IDs are hard baked into the game to close us out.
Which is against
Steam's terms of service. Yeah. We already covered all that. You all know that. But you tell me any other reason why both IGP's and my account IDs would be in there, and the only accounts acting this way. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Well, we're waiting.
Now, I don't typically make videos like this, and you guys know that. I try my best to stay as impartial and as out of sort of political and economic and social spotlights as possible, besides me just playing these games. There's very little that I want to be associated with when it comes to me, except for entertainment. But when it comes to YouTubers actually being threatened by the people that are supposed to be supporting them and watching them, that crosses a line for me, because as a YouTuber myself, even a small-time one, in fact, for me, it's a little bit scarier, because as a small-time YouTuber, that means that, like, these hit home a little bit more. I may not get nearly as many, but that means that, like, I've pissed off a small minority of the community that actively want to see me get hurt. And while I have not actually done that yet, this video could very well do that. I am probably going to get banned from the Day of Dragons Discord. I have seen a lot of things in that Discord that, honestly, it only serves as a nail in the coffin for me when it comes to some of the stuff that IC Caress and IGP and Anthomnia have talked about. Do I believe that it's right that JAO released a game in the state that it is? No, I don't believe that it's right that he did that. I personally put $40 into this game. Kyrus, one of my friends, who you guys have probably gotten to know a little bit from watching some of the videos that we've been in together, put 5 times that. In fact, I actually released a tweet, or not a tweet, a message on Anthomnia's video, which, you know, I'm putting the screenshot up now, saying that Kyrus put down, I think it was close to 300 Australian dollars, which tantamounts to, after conversion, about 260 American dollars, I think. That's a lot of money to put down on a Kickstarter program to try and get this game made, so that way he can get all the content that they were offering, and was able to, you know, garner all this DLC, so that way we could make videos together on Day of Dragons. And as of right now, neither one of us have seen enough of our money and investment go into the game, and the game just seems to be in such a sorry state that we obviously regret putting money down on this, and I feel very upset and very, I'm not going to say cheated, just disappointed that the game didn't turn out to be exactly what we were hoping it would be. And, you know, Kyrus unfortunately got caught in the crossfire of IGP's first video. He joined just hours before IGP posted the video, and because of that, he had a very nice chat with some of the moderators on there, just, you know, talking about the TV show Lucifer over on Netflix with one of the moderators, and then not too long afterwards he got banned, only because of the fact that he joined at the same time that a bunch of people who watched IGP's video jumped onto the Discord and started hounding them. And, you know, that's not okay, obviously. That's the exact same thing that's what's going on with Insomnia, is people watching these videos, getting overly zealous, and jumping into the Discords and attacking. The Discord over on Day of Dragons was actually locked down for about 24 hours. They just brought it back up. Icy Caress had created an unofficial Day of Dragons Discord, which is no longer available to be accessed, as far as I can tell, for the community to talk there, since the official one was shut down. They had put everything to read only because they said that it was mostly because of the fact that trolls were jumping in again after Anthonia's video and Icy's video, as well as they wanted to spend time with their families, which the second part, fine, that's totally understandable, but, you know, that's isolating your community a little bit. And Icy was able to give the community, both his fans and the fans of Day of Dragons, a nice civil place to talk. And over 100 people joined that server, including myself, and we actually had pretty decent conversations. There was no flaming, nothing. There was absolutely nothing that was going on over there that I would say was inflammatory in any way, shape, or form. And unlike the actual Day of Dragons server, which seems to be filled with a lot of good people, but also a lot of toxicity. And whether that toxicity is coming in from the fans of Icy Caress and Insomnia and IGP, harassing them like they did the first time, or whether or not it's just these people who are almost dedicated to a fault in what JAO is saying, hounding those that have constructive criticisms for the game. It doesn't matter. The fact is, the toxic nature of both sides is coming out over on the Day of Dragons Discord, and it's very upsetting to see. Like I said, I fully expect to be kicked out and banned from the Day of Dragons Discord as soon as this video comes out, if anyone watches it. But the long story short is, I urge you guys to look down below and watch these videos that these creators have made, not because I want to start a flame war. That is definitely not what I want to do. And in no way, shape, or form do I encourage anyone going over there and trying to attack anyone that happens to be there. That is, again, not what this video is about. This video is ultimately about trying to defend people who don't deserve this kind of treatment from a community that seems to be very, it's passionate to the point of zealism, from what I can tell. And that's a very unhealthy way of going about it. I've been in a lot of fandoms that have a lot of toxicity, whether it be Ruby or Star Wars or Mass Effect, and I haven't seen nearly as much as quickly as in the Day of Dragons community. And that's honestly very sad to say. And I know that there are good people over there. It's not like all a cesspool of negative energy, but there's enough people over there that are ruining it for a lot of others that it's becoming a stereotype. And that's a problem for both JAO and his moderators, as well as the community at large, and the game. But at the same time, JAO isn't doing very much to help the situation by constantly flaming IGP and Icy Caress, who at this point just want to be left alone. They are covering the game over on their Twitter accounts only because they keep getting it thrusted into their face. At this point, they're laughing about it because it's like, well, what are we supposed to do now? They asked legitimate questions, and you can see that in their videos. They wanted to know where this $530,000 is going. They wanted to know why the game is in the state it is. They wanted to know why JAO doesn't hire another programmer to help him. They wanted to know why the assets are not custom and why the game was released without custom access, why they decided to buy placeholders and then just send the game out as an early access game. They wanted to know how long it was going to take to get to that point. They wanted to know so many things, and it devolved into a massive, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's not healthy for the JAO, for his moderators, for the game development process at large, for the people in the server, and especially for the people from that server, from that fan base that are attacking IGP, Icy Caress, and Insomnia. I urge you guys, if you watch this video, please understand that these are individuals. These are people who are legitimately asking questions and do not deserve things like being threatened, having their dogs threatened, having their children threatened, their families, having any kind of ramifications threatened against them. They have done nothing wrong. They have asked questions that a lot of the community are asking, and all they did was present it in a public spotlight. They are not going on a witch hunt for JAO. Maybe it may seem like that now, mostly in jest, because of the fact JAO won't let this go. But after seeing both sides, after being amongst the community and seeing what's been going on, I truly do not believe that they have the intent of sinking Day of Dragons. They just want to see what the community is seeing. All of them, all three of them have said they want this game to succeed. They want this game to turn into a game that they can all play with the community. And the fact of the matter is, it's not turning into that. And all they asked was why. And I don't feel like that is a punishable offense. Did maybe they poke fun at things? Yeah, sure, maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I suppose that's up to someone to really interpret for themselves. In my personal opinion, they did nothing wrong. And I really, really hope that the community settles down, because Insomnia doesn't deserve this. This is how you bully people off the internet and force them to basically quit their livelihoods, quit what they enjoyed doing because of this. Don't do it. Don't be one of those people. That's all I really have to say. So, yeah. Check out the videos in the links below. See the proof. See the evidence that they are offering. I won't say... I won't take that back. Don't think of it as proof. Think of it as evidence that they are presenting. Make your own judgment calls. Ask these questions yourself and see whether or not, if you can get into Day of Dragons and you're able to play the game, see what they're talking about and see whether or not they were justified in making these complaints. That's it. That's all I have to say. Thank you for listening to my little rant. I feel like this is a very strong and impassioned piece that really needs to be seen for a lot of people. Hopefully it gets passed around. If you want, share this video on Twitter and on Facebook and wherever you want to do it. Get it known that what's going on with this community and around this game is not okay, and it shouldn't be treated like it is okay. Now, I'm not going to say that Icy Caress and IGP are completely, like, the way that they joke about things, yeah, can be misconstrued as being inflammatory, and they're trying to start a flame war with JAO. But to be perfectly honest, at this point, they're just trying to laugh it off because they want to be done with the entire situation, and JAO won't let them. JAO keeps pushing certain things on them, like this threat of cease and desist letters, which, if JAO could just ignore things, that would probably solve all the problems. Because, like I said before, Icy and IGP both want to just be done with this. And it's not fair to Insomnia to take it out on him for backing them, because he's got legitimate concerns himself and he plays the game. So he knows better than even they do about what's going on with the game and what the problems that the game faces. So yeah, make your own judgment calls. This is Ark of 12, and I shall see you in the next video.